If you thought the first 8 weeks in this year's NFL regular season have been crazy already, Week 9 topped that. Tonight, our Nation Sports Show has you covered on all the insane action from Week 9 in the National Football League. We make our predictions for Week 10's games, talk about the latest news in the NBA, the World Series, and more. It's showtime. From the gridiron to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
All right, let's go. Everybody's here. Everybody's good. All right, let's do it. It is a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday again, which means it is sports show time. You wanted the best. Well, they're not here, so you get us instead. It is our Nation Sports Show. We thank you guys for joining us once again on another Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about, man. Everything in the world in the NFL. Another crazy week. We preview this week's games as well as we talk about the World Series and the conclusion of it with the Houston Astros walking out as World Series champions. We talk about that. We're going to talk about everything, including NBA coverage. And we're going to talk about as well, of course, everything in the world of sports. All you got to do is follow us on our social medias to get interactive with us. Of course, that's twitter.com/ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Our Nation Sports Show, and Instagram.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Also, don't forget to follow all of our individual social medias, which are posted in our tweets on the show. You can follow us there. Don't forget also to follow us here live on the YouTube, youtube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Get in the chat, get in with us, and say hello and interact with us. Give us your opinions on the world of sports. We'd love to hear from you guys, and we love for you guys to have some interaction with us. Also, don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner at Nation's Corner and the Nation's Corner. Just search on their social medias for those accounts. You can follow them. Their show, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays with, of course, the incredible Deb Housen, the master of metal, Tony Justice, and, of course, our very own man who's not accustomed to any other lifestyle but this, the front row. Also, and, of course, Mongrovian Mike Wells, a special correspondent and special interviewer as well. More when he's able to get back from the 1700s, but I digress. And don't forget also to follow Two Sweet Cosplay across all socials. We'll update you guys soon on when our next appearance will be. Keep an eye on our social media for that. All right, well, now that shtick is over, it's time to introduce this motley crew of individuals, pun intended. But first, let's get into, of course, the Toronto Argonauts' #1 fan, according to his name, Mr. Randy Gyron. Sir, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. Yeah, the Argonauts are looking good this year. Coach Brian did win. We got him going. I'm about to win the Grey Cup this year, so I'm really excited about that. And let's talk, eh?
Got it, eh? All right. Next up on the list is the leader of the Niner gang. Well, at least in this 10-person watches this show sector. He's the leader. He's what I call the true leader of the Niner gang. His team rocking and rolling, especially with their new boy CMC in the lineup, doing very well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the leader here. Not in this group, anyways. Kevin Rory, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good time out there. Another Taco Tuesday with you fine gentlemen. And Man, I tell you what, it's finally a good Sunday to relax and not have your blood pressure boiling because your team has a bye. So thank God for that. I got a little break, but next week it starts back over.
Yeah, by the way, fuck the officials. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyways, and then finally, we can't do the show without this guy. Well, we can, but we prefer to have him on because it makes it more entertaining. He is the patriarch of this show. Without him, this show would not exist. He's our heavy metal brother from North Carolina, who, like me and him and many other Metallica fans, are excited about Sunday's show, featuring an old school set of Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning songs only. And we'll get more into that maybe a little bit later, but he's here with us and he's ready to talk some sports. The one and only Steve Mother effing Wyand. What's up, brother?
What is going on, everybody? Yes, as you all diehard Metallica fans, I know a lot of us are, and a lot of us in the Nation's Corner and the Busted Open Nation, we love Metallica. Man, that show in Florida this past Sunday, that set list was awesome. I mean, just an incredible set of playing old school material from the first two records, 1983's Kill 'Em All and 1984's Ride the Lightning, and just playing old school deep cuts that they haven't played in years. And just an incredible show by the mighty Metallica, and just an incredible set, incredible band. And the fact that they took the time to rehearse and get back with these older songs that they haven't played a lot, over the years. It's just so cool how they don't stick to the same script all the time, and just they change it up and stuff. And that's how you have to be as a band, because any band like Metallica could just coast through, a set list if they wanted to, but they choose not to. And to do a show like that in Florida in a 7,000 seat arena, that is just super cool. That they did this tribute for Johnny Z and his wife Marsha at Megaforce Records.
Definitely, I agree, Steven. Definitely.
And we can't forget about this guy, our buddy, JT, Joey Thornton.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday. Like Ezra said in his little intro, we got a lot of sports to talk about. We got World Series action, NBA action, NFL action. So what the heck are we waiting for? Let's get to it.
Got a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna dig into this. We're gonna dig into this good, man. Because once you dig in, you'll find out you have yourself a good time, as the great Lenny Kravitz once said.
Yeah, baby.
Who would have thought I'd pull that reference out?
Wow, you pulled it right out of your ass. Hey.
I got comments. I'll leave those alone. Let's get right into it, folks. There's a lot to talk about. Let's get right into Actually, we're going to start it off with the World Series. Houston Astros won Game 6, and they are now officially the champions.
Again,
and what a great series it was, man. It was good because it looked like that Philly was going to come back and possibly keep it interesting, but Houston dominated, man. They won that next game. 5-0? Game 5?
They led 5-0 in game. Yes, I believe it was game
4 or 5.
Game 4 or 5.
4, I think it was.
Game 4, yes. And then game 5 was the infamous 3-2 game. And because that was that game 5, dude, you guys know me. I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to baseball. But when a game is that tight, that close, I get so excited, for games like that, because you just feel the energy in the ballpark or the stadium, or the basketball court. When a game is that close, when a game is super tight, you don't know where the game is going to go. And there was a couple of times Philadelphia could have scored more runs in this game, but Houston's key players, Altuve, Alvarez, Bregman, all of these guys are making critical plays for their team to stop these runs. And then in Game 6, Philadelphia got off to a great start, a monstrous start. Because in the first 5 innings, it was a pitcher's duel. And shout out to our buddy Mongrovian Mike, ay karate. Elder loves a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel in baseball. And that's where this game was heading. And during that game, we were all watching it, and we were going, whoever is going to win this game, it's going to come down to who has the critical runs and the critical hits. And Philadelphia got off to a great start with that single home run to start off the 6th inning. And then the game was going, and then at the bottom of the 6th, Philadelphia was getting jammed when Houston came on, and it was looking like, because they had 2 outs. I believe they had 2 outs, or they may have had 1 out. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but they had 1 or 2 outs. And if you're Philadelphia, you're going to get at least 1 run, the tie, obviously, because there was 2 men on. And you had a runner at first and the tying run at third. So you're going to get a third. You're going to get at least a run to tie the game if they get a base hit. So more than likely, you're going to get a tie game at this point, which is it's not great, but it's better than what was fixing to happen, because Alvarez, for his last 42 at-bats, 1 swing, 1 shot at glory. Hey, Judas Priest reference right there for you people that don't know that. 1 shot at glory. And Alvarez, 1 shot at glory was a 3-run home run blast. And it single-handedly flipped the game around for the Astros. And then on top of that, the Astros got an insurance run to go up 4-1. And that was the dagger. That 3-run homer by Alvarez was the one shot of Houston's bats that was the soul crushing of defeat for Philadelphia. Because as soon as that ball left Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, and the fireworks went off, you could hear the crowd's energy just go from 4 to 10, just like that, because they could sense that maybe a run was fixing to come. But they did not know that a struggling hitter in Alvarez was going to not only hit a home run, but single-handedly change the game like he did. And I knew right then when he hit that 3-run homer to go up 3-1, no matter what, at this point, honestly, I knew right then the game was over. It was over. And I got to give Philadelphia a lot of credit in this series, because they did not go down without a fight. They fought tooth and nail. They fought so hard to stay in this series. And there was a couple of games in this series that it could have gone either way, because obviously in game 1, they beat Houston 6-5. They beat them in game 3, 7-0. So you got what you needed, and that was at least a split in Houston, and you got a split in Philadelphia. But you knew one of those games was going to be critical, and that game 5 was a critical game, and that was the game that changed the series. Game 6 could have gone either way at first, but that 3-run homer changed the game forever and the series forever.
I agree 100%. By the way, when you said that Elder hasn't seen a good old duel like that, really, he hasn't seen a good old duel like that since the Middle Ages, when he saw people dueling with swords in the middle of the field. And no, I'm not talking about he went to medieval times last week. I'm talking about actually in the Middle Ages. But no, seriously, it was a great back and forth game 6 with the pitches. But like you said, that 3-run shot is what turned their fortunes around for Houston, and it gave them that momentum. It gave them that drive to really seal it for them, and that's exactly what they did. They sealed it, and they won. Man, they had a great parade yesterday, I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
Shout out to our boy Brian Cervantes, who was actually there at the parade in Houston. Nice. So he got to be there. Great for him. Glad he got to be a part of history once again.
That's cool.
And that right there makes that championship victory a little bit more tolerable, when it comes to the record. I mean, they're now 2-2 in the World Series, with this group in the last 5 years, and that's better than being 1-3.
And the good news is no trash cans.
No trash cans at all. and this was a victory for the ages for this franchise.
There was no trash cans, but we're not talking about the Carolina Panthers yet. So let's hold that.
Oh, baby, we're gonna get to that one here very soon.
Probably within the next 30 seconds. But
yeah.
Joey, any thoughts on the World Series?
Yeah. Last week when we were doing the show and I was given that score for the Phillies game in Game 3, and they went on to win that game to go up 2-1, I was like, oh boy, we could be in for a series now. But then they came crashing back down to earth because one thing that we need to mention is the one thing that we saw in Game 4 that we have not seen since 1956 when Don Larson pitched that perfect game. And even though it was a combined effort, it was a no-hitter. A no-hitter in World Series Game 4. Because like I said, we haven't seen that since 1956 when Don Larson pitched that perfect game for the Yankees. So that was definitely a monumental effort there. Christian Javier, he took that mound in Game 4 and he was just like, you know what? I ain't going to let this crowd faze me. I ain't going to let this team faze me. Heck, I'm not even going to let that stupid mascot over there faze me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my job. And that's exactly what he did. Over 6 innings, the dude was just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And in Game 5, that was a really close game. And the Astros were actually, I think, pretty lucky on their end to take 2 out of 3 from Philly, because Philly, it can be a hostile ballpark in there. I mean, we saw it in Game 3 when the Phillies went bedlam over the Houston Astros
5 home runs
in that
in
Game
that
3 shutout. So yeah, Philly, it can be a hostile ballpark. Now in Game 6, I was keeping track of the game as I was watching football. No. I was watching SmackDown because I was watching SmackDown because Game 6 was on Friday. Yeah, I was watching. No, it was Saturday. That's right. It was Saturday because I was
Game
watching
6 was
Alabama
Saturday.
get the
Yeah.
bus. Yeah, I was watching Alabama get their bus kicked by LSU, but that's another story for a whole nother day. But anyway, yeah, I was keeping track on the game and I saw that Philly finally cracked the scoreboard at the top of the 6th, and I was like, huh.
So, Joey, let's talk about how Alabama got their asses whipped by LSU.
No, that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But anyway,
that was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I saw that Philly cracked the scoreboard with that solo home run at the top of the 6th, and I was like, huh. Maybe Philly will be like, well, Houston, since you took 2 games from our ballpark, we're going to take 2 games from your ballpark.
And that's where I thought it was heading, because when he hit that solo homer, I was like, oh boy.
But then the bottom of the 6th, like you said, Steven, Yordan Alvarez. And I'm going to do a little Dude Perfect reference. Actually, Tyler Tony from Dude Perfect reference. Shout out to Dude Perfect, by the way. When he said in one of his trick shot videos, one swing of the bat can change the world, people. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
With Yordan, and that's exactly what happened when Alvarez sent that 3-2 full count pitch flying high into the stands, up into the rafters in Minute Maid Park. And like you said, Steven, that crowd went intense. And as soon as I saw that Alvarez hit that 3-run homer, and I was like, yep, that's it. Houston's about to close it out tonight. And sure enough, they did. So shout out to Houston for winning the World Series. They played a monumental effort out there. But there's one special member of the Houston Astros that deserves an even specialer shout out. And that, of course, is the manager himself, Dusty Baker.
He
After
washed that
all
Giants.
those years of going to the World Series, and he was never able to hoist that title until this past Saturday night. So shout outs to Dusty Baker, man. You are one hell of a manager. Mounts of respect for you. You deserve it, brother. Enjoy it.
Hey, Joey, do you know what the funny thing was? If you watched when that happened, everybody's pushing on him, celebrating. Oh, did we won the World Series? And Dusty Baker's like, I'm trying to fill out my scorecard here. He's busy in the middle trying to fill his scorecard out, and they're pushing him against him like, we won. And he's like out. It's hilarious.
Yes,
I'm happy for him because
extreme shout out to Dusty Baker.
I'm
One-
so happy for
one hell
him
of a
because
manager.
the fact that he washes away that stain of that 2001 San Francisco Giants season.
Oh yeah, the
Had
0-2 series with the
the
Angels.
the 0-2 series because Chris Mad Dog Russo went on a legendary rant during
Ooh.
after that
Yeah.
2002 series loss to the Angels, and the
Ooh.
fact that Baker was able to wash away that stain of a humiliating loss to come back 20 years later with the Houston Astros and lead them to their second World Series championship and his first championship as a manager. Congratulations.
Absolutely. And absolutely. Congratulations to the Houston Astros. What an absolute great game it was. Great series. Very competitive despite the 4-2 win. But hell, you know what? That's what October is made for, folks. It's made
Absolutely.
for great,
And
great sports.
Absolutely, and I will have so much more respect for Dusty Baker than a certain soon-to-be former Commanders owner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's get into how about some NBA talk, folks, real quick before we get into the football. The Lakers finally won another game. That's
Yay!
Hey, who cares?
well, maybe there's people in the audience who care, Joey. I'm just trying to appeal to them.
Oh, please.
The Lakers
Who
probably.
cares?
Here's the thing: is the Lakers probably scored more points than Alabama did.
Oh well, the Lakers are a basketball team. What do
How
you
they score
expect?
more points than the
Basketball
Panthers
is always
did.
going to score more than football.
Well, let's get into a couple things. The other night, the Suns lost to the 76ers. Well, Chris Paul exited with a heel injury.
Anything can happen.
Yep.
Anything can happen. Just like the Warriors already having 7 losses to start off this season. No offense, Kevin. I know they're still working out some kinks, but
The Sacramento
still.
Queens now.
Yeah, and they still couldn't beat them. That's the funny thing. Yeah, the Warriors lost that many times, but not to the damn Kings. The Kings both times were 2 of the 10 Warriors wins. And the Lakers. You know what? I'll settle for that as long as we don't lose to the Lakers. Either way, I'm fine with this slow start because at the end of the day, Steph Curry's a 4-time champ. That's all I know.
Yep, and he's and based on his performance last night, if I remember
yeah.
seeing it correctly this morning, he is just 1 game away from tying the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, with most. I think it's like 45-point games, age 30 or older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's right.
I'll tell you another interesting stat, too, I seen from Curry last night. Steph Curry has the most 3-point field goals through 10 games of all time, breaking his 2018 record with 52. He has 53.
Wow.
Threes
Nice.
through 10 games.
Damn.
Just to put it in perspective for you, the average amount of threes you hit a season before Steph came in the league was about roughly 250. There's 82 games. If he's got 50-something threes through 10 games, he's on pace for 500-plus threes.
Shoo.
Wow.
Not saying it's gonna
Wow.
happen, I'm just saying that's just the analytic trajectory of him hitting threes. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, there ain't going to be another shooter to ever shoot a basketball like Steph Curry, and definitely not Ben Simmons.
Ha. Ha.
Eat your heart
Yeah.
out, Westbrook.
Oh
Oh,
God!
please
Where-
don't even talk about him.
Ah!
Where's my picture when you need it?
Oh
About-
yes, where's that picture at, Kevin?
Where Russ Westbrook shot hits except the rim.
Dude, okay, real quick. That is still the greatest thing ever that was on this show last week. Hey, check the boxes that are Russell Westbrook not hitting threes.
I don't know. I think- I
every
think
box is clicked other than the rim.
I think
in the rim.
I will say though, the best thing he's ever done is the CD Lamb CD ball reference.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
yes,
That still is my favorite. That gets to me every time.
yes. It's that is still my favorite soundbite from you, Kevin. And thank God it lives in the archives forever.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
that's
will
never gonna
say
live in
this,
our archives forever.
Look, I will say this though, in reference to Los Angeles Lakers, they are playing better basketball when Westbrook comes off the bench. The reason why is Westbrook doesn't have to fucking defer to LeBron because we know what kind of player he is. Westbrook is a ball dominant player. Not saying nothing wrong with it, but when you let LeBron hog the ball in the offense, Russell Westbrook is essentially useless. Since he's come off the bench, Westbrook's averaged 20, 10, and 9. That's all you can ask. Like, that's great numbers. Shooting good too. LeBron is a cancer to any teammate he plays with, and that's just facts. Like, you can argue till the cows come home. They make this case every time. Oh, well, how come every time LeBron leaves a team, that team sucks? The Bulls were still kind of good when Michael Jordan left. And I'm like, listen. I said, LeBron plays GM. He trades away all these fucking players. Then he dips out on the fucking franchise, leaving them shit draft picks with shit players. Hence the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2009. Okay, you wanted this done, here, there, and then you just, I leave this team. It took Cleveland to go get Kyrie Irving, this and that to rebuild. And guess what? They done it again. LeBron comes along, changes it up, leaves Cleveland for LA, and the Cavaliers suck again to the last year or so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, man. He's a cancer to any locker room he's around. It's just that.
I think we also need to bring up a guy who has actually not been a cancer to an organization. And yes, I'm talking about Mr. Luka Doncic from Dallas.
Dude.
He is now the first player in NBA history to have over 30 points and 5 assists in each of Dallas's games so far this season. Dude, that is almost unheard of.
Incredible.
9 straight games.
Luka Doncic is absolutely tearing it up right now.
Luka is just a monster. He is insanely good.
He looks like he's having fun too. That's the most important part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
have a great time out there.
Honestly, right now, Luka is in my top 3 of possible NBA regular season MVP candidates because he is the most valuable player to that Dallas Mavericks organization. He is balling, just killing it.
Yeah.
There's a different feel with Luka to me, and I think that's because he's not about finesse. He's not about hitting a pretty shot or whatever.
Right.
The guy goes out there and he works. He's productive. He's not out there looking for glory, looking for spotlight like Westbrook or LeBron or anybody
else. Kyrie.
They're not out there looking for headlines and all that shit. He's out there to do one thing, and that is get his team to victory and to assist the other players. That's exactly what he's there to do. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's putting up these 30.5 assist games, and that's because he's doing the business, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing exactly what he's due. But one other piece of news: the Suns' Cameron Johnson had to have surgery to repair his torn meniscus in his right knee. However, he'll only be gone 1 to 2 months.
And in the NBA season, as we know, was a long, enduring season, and that could have been a lot worse for Johnson. He's going to miss some significant time, but that's better than missing your entire season.
I agree, 100%.
That's right.
And the Suns are just, man, they're not the same team they've been the last couple of years. And really, that loss in the Western Conference semifinals to the Dallas Mavericks in 7 games, better yet, on your home court, that right there, a loss like that, any loss in a Super Bowl, a playoff series in basketball, baseball, hockey, etc., any major loss can be crippling, not just to your team's season, but going forward, because sometimes teams do not recover from significant losses.
Yeah, that's very much so. One of the other things, real quick, is of course we got to talk about the news that made that former Laker, former Dallas Maverick, former every fucking team he's been on, Dwight Howard, is now officially a member of a Taiwan team. He has decided to continue continue his basketball career as a member of the Taiwan Leopards in the island's top division.
Wow.
That sounds like
Wow.
somewhere Ben Simmons needs to go fucking play.
Nice.
Yes.
Play overseas there.
I don't even think overseas wants him.
No.
Yeah, I think he needs to go to another planet.
No, he just needs to go to Japan. That's all. Not just you don't even need to play basketball. Just go there and stay.
You know what? You know what we need to tell him? People need to tell Ben Simmons, hey, go play in Japan. There's this place called Corkin Hall. You can stand in the middle of it, play it. Invite Nakamura over there and have him Kinshasa him in the face. End of story.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
There you go.
Send Suki in there after him.
I mean, looking at Phoenix's record, they're 7-3,
I
and
was
that's
an Archer with him.
Yeah, definitely.
Phoenix's record is pretty solid,
Yeah.
for what it is right now. But going forward, I just don't know. Can they match up? I mean, Kevin, what do you think? I mean, because to me, Phoenix. I mean, can they make? No, exactly. That's my thing.
I've watched
Kevin
them
doesn't take much of
implode
it.
last year to Luka Doncic, and no offense, with no help. Luka was by himself, had no help. A bunch of no-name jabronis out there shooting threes, and Luka absolutely blown the doors off of them Phoenix in Game 7. So, yeah, I don't trust it. I will trust them when I see them win a deciding Game 6 or 7 in the NBA Finals. Then I will trust them. Until then, no, I don't trust them.
Nope, don't trust
I do love Devin Booker in his game, though. I just don't trust Chris Paul. Like, he's just like Aaron Rodgers with that fucking State Farm. Should have switched to Allstate. And he might would have been doing better.
He would have been in good hands, literally.
Dang.
Damn it, Steven, you stole my line, you son of a bitch.
That's all about timing, my brother.
Yeah, well, screw you and your timing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, at least you time it better than Lars. At least you time it better than Lars Ulrich did on fucking St. Anger.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of trash can lids,
No, here, trash can lids. We haven't talked about the Packers yet. We're gonna get to that in a second.
No, that's the dog shit. That ain't the trash can. That's trash can kind of scat shit. It's the dog shit.
That's more of a dumpster fire. That's more of a dumpster fire than COVID was.
Oh god.
Wow.
Oh god.
But anyways, moving on. Before we get too out of hand, which we know we have a habit of doing, couple notes or a couple quick things about tonight's game schedule for NBA. We got Portland and Charlotte, Denver and Indiana, Dallas and Orlando, Jazz and the Hawks, Pistons and the Celtics, Knicks and the Nets.
Oh, that'll be a shit show.
Yes, it will. Houston and Toronto, New Orleans and Chicago, Phoenix and Minnesota, Milwaukee, OKC, Memphis and at the Spurs. We got the Lakers and the Clippers.
Yawn.
Gone.
And then tonight's final game, the Cavaliers and the Kings.
Oh.
So if you want to fall asleep, or if you want to watch something great, tune into NXT on USA Network.
Yeah.
But let's get into it. We got a lot of NFL talk, folks. So what do you say we do it? Let's go through the scores from last week.
Yep.
All right, let's get first game, of course, Thursday night game. Eagles 8-0, of course, smashing the Houston Texans 29-17.
It was looking pretty tough for Philadelphia during the first couple of quarters. I mean,
see that Houston put up more of a fight than I thought they would. You know?
Absolutely. They definitely did.
it was the red helmets. The red helmets was what kept them in the game. They looked good. It just looked good, you know.
Eagles once again. No, 8-0, man. They're looking to have a great season. Let's just hope the bottom doesn't fall out and they end up 8-8 before the season's out.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, that seems to be the going thing. Last year it was Cardinals. You know, let's hope they got a little better
My New
team.
England fans of
Yeah,
six.
that's right. It was the Cardinals last year, and then the year before that, it was Pittsburgh.
That's
oh
right.
my God.
Yes.
And that's one thing with Philadelphia that gets me is
Browns fans
the
remember that.
scheduling. The schedule for Philadelphia. They've been beating shitty teams and they're winning these games like they should be winning.
They play the Raiders? Oh.
No.
I wonder. Whenever the Eagles come around to play the Giants, because that'll be later on in the season. I wonder they'll be able to actually beat these improved Giants. Because that's gonna be one hell of a game.
We'll talk about we'll definitely talk about that in the score predictions. That is going to be a hell of a game when that comes up. Next game is the Chargers and the Falcons. Chargers by the skin of their teeth, 20-17.
Yawn.
You know what? I just got one thing to say about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Kevin has a small mini rant on the ball.
No, that's coming up. That's the Rams. This is the other LA team.
Oh, well, you know what? Tear into this team. Why not?
This is the other disappointment in LA. All I gotta say is coming into this season, the AFC West was supposed to. We thought it was going to be stacked, but all three teams outside of Kansas City has just been the utter fucking disappointment. Like you talk about underachieving. Oh my God. The Chargers, and I will give them the benefit of the doubt. They have no receivers. Their top three guys are all on IR, hurt, and not going to play for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Justin Herbert is out there working with a bunch of McDonald's employees, essentially throwing the fucking football to. So the Chargers are slumping. I think they're just about done, as well as like the Raiders and Donkeys. So the Chiefs might as well go ahead and nap through the rest of the damn season with the AFC West. The Falcons are competing, though. I think it's the Falcons and the Bucks, and that's going to be your NFC South. And first 1 to 6 wins is going to win the NFC South. That's what it looks like.
Damn.
You know it's bad when it's bad when Kevin predicts that.
Yeah.
Actually, next game on the list is it's a game I am the worst ref call in history.
Oh.
Worst ref call in history. Dolphins beat the Bears 35-32. But the highlight is the highlight himself, and that is Mr. Justin Fields.
I was about to say, you cannot count out Justin Fields. That long run that he had for that touchdown.
61 yards.
Plus breaking the record for most rushing yards in a regular season game by a quarterback.
178 rushing yards.
He's coming around.
15 carries for 178 yards and a touchdown, and it threw for 3 touchdowns as well.
Good Lord.
Justin Fields is coming around. And it is definitely helping. It's definitely helping that he has the up and coming tight end Cole Kmet to throw passes to, because Kmet, he's starting to turn into a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he is. He's got 2 touchdowns with him, and then 1 touchdown with Darnell Mooney as well.
Yeah.
Mark Mooney had 7 catches for 43 yards on 8 targets. So he is definitely one of Fields' guys there for sure. But like you said, it was a great performance, but then a bad defensive pass interference call that should have been called. It didn't get called.
Yep.
Unfortunately, sealed the game for the Bears.
And Tua, another great game by him. And he is clearly the true definition of an MVP candidate, because Tua Tagovailoa is
302 yards.
Yep.
I agree with that, Steven, but there's a big but in this. The Dolphins' defense, I fucking can't take.
Oh, their defense is trash.
Here's your logic. You trade for Bradley Chubb. You trade for an elite defensive end who had got no pressures on Justin Fields, period.
None.
And I know a lot of that was Justin Fields running around and scrambling, but come on now. It ain't like you're playing the Eagles' offensive line. You should at least cause some kind of chaos in the backfield, and you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You did this, Miami, because you naturally couldn't get pressured on any quarterback without blitzing. So you said, let's go get us a natural pass rusher. Pay this motherfucker Nick Bosa and Myles Garrett and TJ Watt money to do nothing. I mean, it's
absolutely nothing.
Stupid. Like I'm all for it, and I get it. The Dolphins, yeah, their offense is top notch, but their defense is top notch. All right, top notch dog shit. And if you play like that against you're going to let the Jets again put up 35 on you, and let the Bills put up 42 on you. So I just got to say, Miami, get your shit together, because you're not going far with a defense that bad.
No, not at all. This right here is a dangerous territory that the Dolphins do not want to go down, because this is complete dangerous. And if their defense does not get their act together, the Dolphins might be on the outside looking in at missing the playoffs because how bad their defense is.
It just might. But speaking of dangerous, how about the cheetah, Tyreek Hill? The dude right now has more receiving yards than 8 NFL teams. 8. He has more receiving yards by himself than 8 NFL teams right now.
And also, Joey, the most receiving yards in the first 9 weeks of an NFL season.
Unbelievable. Him and Jalen Waddle. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
First
But again, like, I just want to know when it gets going and things ramp up and it gets to playoff time, is Tyreek Hill going to do like he did the last 2 years? Is he going to come up this small? Is he going to be completely out of the game plan? Because he certainly did with the Kansas City Chiefs. They figured out how to defend him, and it's just like he wasn't a factor whatsoever.
Not only that, Kev, but I'll say this to add to your point on that. This Miami team reminds me in a way of the Peyton Manning Colts teams that had all those great offensive seasons in the National Football League. And then when it came time to show up in a big spot, not only did the receivers not show up, but their defense, their Achilles heel, just killed them in the worst possible times. And that is what the Dolphins could possibly be if they make it into the playoffs.
Man, that is one amazing scenario that you brought up there, Steven, because, think about all of those playmakers that the Colts had. They had Peyton Manning. They had Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin James. They had a bunch of playmakers on that team, but that defense, other than Dwight Freeney here and there, that defense couldn't do nothing.
And that they're lucky they won the one Super Bowl, because if they didn't win a single Super Bowl with that great team, that would be considered a colossal failure.
Oh, big time. Big time. So, yeah, great scenario there, Steven. I completely forgot about that.
Go ahead,
Kev. Here's 2 things, though. One, let's just go ahead. Like, I'm not trying to predict the future, but I don't think Miami's going to win the division over Buffalo.
I don't think so either, because this is Buffalo's division.
Thing. If you make the playoffs, you're going on the road the whole playoffs. You're going to be on the road. There's only one ingredient that you have to play by if you want to win playoff football in January on the road.
Yep.
Run the ball and play defense. And right now, the Dolphins can do neither. And it's sad because Mike McDaniel is a offensive genius as far as run scheme, because all this motion that San Francisco has done in the past, he's schemed up for. So I don't understand why he's not trying to scheme Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. into, like, run the ball. Like, I get it. You got Tyreek, and it looks beautiful. Like, oh, yeah, we got all these weapons. Don't forget what wins you games. And you seen it last year, McDaniel, when San Francisco had that run all the way to the championship game. Run the fucking football.
Yep.
Play defense. It ain't going to work.
Exactly.
Yep. Next game on the docket is it is Steven's favorite team once again, getting dominated.
Getting their shit kicked in
by the worst, by one of the worst offenses in the entire NFL.
Well, one of the worst offensive lines in all the football.
Offensive lines, yeah.
Hey, I got some breaking news on that. Breaking news about that game. Hold on a second.
Okay.
It says here, Joe Mixon scored another touchdown just now.
What surprised me?
on Carolina. I don't know how
I
that
could
works.
not
He's still-
believe when I
still
tuned
Yeah,
scoring
he
in.
scored
somehow, yeah.
a touchdown, catching the newspaper from the paper boy.
That's it.
I could not believe because I was listening to the Sirius
They couldn't stop him
XM.
doing that.
I was listening to NFL radio on Sirius XM and during the Sunday drop. And when Steve Torrey and Bill Leckett said the score of the Panthers Bengals game was 35-0, I was like, wait, what? Who the hell is scoring touchdowns for the Bengals? Oh, it's Joe Mixon. By the way, he had 4 touchdowns already. What? Like, you can't make this up. I mean, leave it to the Panthers. One of the kings of this year being in the complete bottom of the basement, being terrible on defense, terrible on offense. Their backup QB is 0-2 so far after coming in after Baker Mayfield stinks up the joint, and the Panthers defense just keeps proving time and time again that their defensive secondary and their front seven can't do dog crap. And leave it to Joe Mixon, not Joe Burrow, not T. Higgins, not even Tyler Boyd. Kevin, I hear you over there, buddy. You got something to say. I'll throw it to you in a second. But I got to say that Joe Mixon by far looked like he was playing Madden NFL because he was on rookie mode, running over these candy asses and scoring touchdowns. Made it look easy. Kevin, go ahead.
I just got 2 things. One, I think the Carolina Panthers have pressed charges on the whole Cincinnati Bengals for attempted murder, first of all. Second, here's my thing I just realized today, and it's the only thing I'm going to say. Carolina were pretty stupid to keep P.J. Walker over Baker Mayfield for only one reason. At this point, you're trying to accumulate high draft picks. There was a clause in the Baker Mayfield trade when the Cleveland Browns gave Carolina a 4th-round pick. If Baker played 70% of all snaps for this season under center, that would be upgraded to a 3rd-round pick for Carolina. So why is he sitting on the bench when Carolina has a chance to get a higher draft pick? You have got to be the dumbest ownership in the NFL for not playing him to help your own self out come draft time. What a fucking clown of an organization.
Read the clause, idiots.
Like I'd play him and just say, look, I don't care what you do, just play so we can get this 3rd-round pick.
And who cares? It's probably going to suck anyways.
I actually have just one thing to say about that Panthers game, and this is going to be targeted towards their offense a little bit. If the Panthers are looking for a good offensive coordinator, I know I have the perfect guy for them, and his name is Bill O'Brien, Alabama's offensive coordinator.
Sir.
Carolina can freaking have him because we don't need him. We don't want him.
And you know why you don't want him?
Randy's going to say Josh McDaniels can go.
Oh, God.
Anybody can have
Hey,
him.
you know what, guys? I got a great idea. Let's put them all together. Put their heads together and make an ass out of all 3 of them combined. The Panthers, Josh McDaniels, and our favorite hack of a coach and offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien. Congratulations. Welcome to hell.
Carolina can have him. Carolina can have him.
You notice that, Joey? Bill O'Brien always goes, when he goes to a great organization or he goes to a team that has promising, like the Houston Texans in 2018, 2017, whenever it was. Yeah, 2017. He goes to the team and they get Deshaun Watson and they didn't do crap. Why? Because he's a hack. He goes to your Alabama Crimson Tide, a national championship contending heavyweight team.
And he turns our offense into a freaking joke.
Because he himself is a joke. It's not just the players that matter on a team. It's also the offensive coordinators, the defensive coordinators that set your players up for success or failure. And Bill O'Brien is a complete, utter joke.
So is Pete Golding. Oh, by the way, Carolina, y'all can have him too as your defensive coordinator because we don't want him either.
Nope.
Or better yet, Detroit can have Pete Golding as the defensive coordinator.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh my! And that is your
Carolina.
And that is your Carolina. And that is your Carolina Panthers bashing moment. All done, courtesy of our nation's sports show. Come back next week for more of the same.
Yep.
Next game is the Packers and the Lions. Lions won at 15-9.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
3 interceptions by Aaron Rodgers in the red zone, including 2 in the end zone. Rodgers,
Two consecutive in the end zone.
And
bro.
I have. Oh, go ahead, Joey. Sorry, go ahead.
I was literally just saying, bro. Come on, Steven.
And I have some stats for you guys. This is Rodgers' first third game, or first third throw, or excuse me, can't even talk right now. This is the first 3 games, or damn it. This is
first 3 interception game.
Thank you. This is his first performance with 3 interceptions for the first time since 2017. And overall, it's his fifth time having 3 interceptions in one game. And his first 4 performances with 3 interceptions were against non-NFC North teams. And how fitting, your 5th consecutive game losing this season. And for the 5th time in your career, you throw 3 interceptions. And on top of that, the Lions going into this game were the team that had 2 interceptions overall this season, and they were giving up an average of 32.9 points a game. And also, Green Bay's next 3 games are against the Cowboys, the Titans, and the Philadelphia Eagles, who have a combined record of 19-4. That says it all right there. They don't play a team under 500 until December 4th when they play Ezra's team in Chicago. And honestly, guys, I don't even know if they can win that game, because that is the kind of year it has been for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Wow. Just mind-numbing. Mind-numbing. Could not believe that Aaron Rodgers had this stinker of a game against the worst defensive team all year this year.
Yeah. It was pretty shit, and it just gets rough because they lose Aaron Jones. He's doubtful to play for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then they lose Rashawn Gary, who's out for the season with a torn ACL. And then they lose their rookie receiver, Dobbs. It just keeps getting worse, and it's not going to get better. Right now, I would pick Bishop Sycamore 20-10 over the Packers if they played right now at this point.
Yep.
That's like your team of choice to play any team that sucks.
Yeah.
I got them beating the Raiders by 10.
Dang.
Yeah, pretty terrible.
No,
pretty
sir.
terrible.
No, sir. No.
You give up on them shits.
Just like you did with your Raiders.
I gave up. Look, I could give up on the Bears 100 times over. I'd still pick them to win every game if I had to. False hope, but whatever. It's good for it's good for the soul.
They just deserve it. That's all.
So is Code Red, by the way. Speaking of your Raiders, this is like 2 in a row where both of our teams are fucking disappointments. You got, of course, Jacksonville beating the Raiders 27-20. Tony Khan.
I think somebody needs to tell that Raiders defense that a football game lasts 60 minutes
60
and not
minutes.
45 or 50.
Yeah, they're the world champs. If football is only 2 quarters, they're fucking
Great. Yeah.
They've been
Yeah,
doing
but they're
great.
also the world champ, and they're also the world champs of having the most inmates right now. Should I
Yes.
say that out loud?
That's probably true.
You know what? I'm going to be real. I think Josh McDaniels has the brain cell of Patrick Starr because they find something that works. Listen.
I don't know why.
They find something that works. Every single game, they have a double
minute to
digit
catch.
lead. They find something that works. Oh, let's throw to Adams. He can't be guarded. After 2 quarters, what do? Oh, we ain't gonna look at you no more. We're just gonna throw the ball everywhere else and fuck up. While Adams is over there tearing up the defense, or the game before, Josh Jacobs running all over everybody. No, we're not gonna go to it. We're gonna go away. Fuck it. Fuck them. Let's think of something else.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
I thought the Raiders were a football team, not a work release program.
Yeah, we're not a football team either.
Oh my God, Kevin! Once again, you hit the nail on the head.
Wow.
No, they're not in the football team. I don't understand. That's why I'm
compared
might
to
make me feel a
the
little
head
better,
coach to the mindset of Patrick Starr. My God.
Listen, Randy, I didn't get to tell you because you weren't on the pre-show, but you know Josh McDaniels over his last 30 head coaching bouts, he is 7-23. He's lost his last 23 out of 30 games as a head coach.
Unfortunately,
Matt Rule,
I'm more than well aware of that. Unfortunately,
Oh.
How fitting on this show we would say that Matt Rule was better than Josh McDaniels because he is. At least Rule tries. McDaniels blows it all the time.
I'd let him in there, yeah.
Oh, dear
I'll let
God.
Sprocket head coach.
I'll let my dog Nico coach. Shit.
Dude, freaking both coaches are fucking garbage. That's more trash. That's more trash in one place than my front yard on Amnesty Day.
Yeah.
God.
Nice.
But anyways, moving forward.
How fitting that Raiders blow 17-point games 4 times this year. Go ahead. Next.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I did the Falcons match to start
Oh God.
doing the Raiders for copyright infringement.
Patriots beat the Colts 26-3.
Yeah.
And big news. Big news. Coaching change. That's exactly what it is. Their head coach. Bye-bye. Hello,
Bye
Jeff
bye,
Saturday.
Frank. Hello, Jeff.
That is so freaking cool, y'all.
Member of the Colts Ring of Honor is now the interim head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
I absolutely love this move for the simple fact that Jeff Saturday was absolutely stunned that he got the gig. And I'm happy for this guy.
His name is Jeff Saturday, and he got the call on a Monday. Who would have thought?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy for Jeff Saturday, and I got to bring this nostalgic moment up one time. This is my favorite moment of Jeff Saturday is when Peyton Manning was mic'd up and he was arguing with the offensive line on the sideline. Play the damn ball. Call the damn play, Jeff. Just block.
Just block. It's called pass plays. Block.
Just fucking block.
Just block.
I saw that video the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Dude, it's hilarious. And it's like, we call run plays. No, we call pass plays, Jeff. I mean,
I'll never forget that. I know Peyton is happy that he got the gig. I know Peyton because they were real close too, but I'm happy for Jeff Saturday. But I do got to say, if you wanted to know better, you thought the Colts were in the AFC West as fucking underachieving as they've been this year. I mean, good God almighty. You thought they were going to make a run and do this and that because, they got Shaq Barrett. They got Shaq Leonard. He's all pro. Now they went out got Stephon Gilmore. They got an all pro defense. They got Jonathan Taylor, who supposedly, and I love Taylor, but to say that he's better than Derrick Henry is the biggest crock of crap I've ever heard off of 1 year. When Derrick Henry is still running the fucking league, by the way, as the best back in the league. To say that is a big crock of crap, but they've just been a big ball of dog shit this year, and I hate it for them. But you know what? Oh well.
I agree. Next 2 games are actually both ended in the same score, which is very interesting. That is, of course, the Vikings and the Commanders. Vikings won 20-17, improving 7-1. And this one, the shock of the day. The New York Jets beating the Buffalo Bills 20-17 as well.
Can we put some respect on that Jets defense, please? Finally, because they came to play.
You guys talk for a minute. I will be right back. I gotta go get my Zach Wilson Jets jersey from the mailbox. Seriously, I will be right in about 5 minutes.
But yeah, Kevin, like you said in the chat, Sauce Gardner is slowly but surely already starting to turn into the next gen Darrell Revis. I mean,
And I
Sauce
knew
Gardner is just tearing it up right now on receivers.
I
Tearing it
love
up.
what Chris Berman called him, Big Applesauce Gardner. I died. I was like, yes, he just called him that. It was fantastic last night.
I knew it was going to be special defensively for the Jets because I don't know if guys know Robert Saleh, but Robert Saleh was the 49ers D coordinator in 19 when they had that historically good defense and went to the Super Bowl. He is a guy to get under his guys' asses. He's like a Dan Campbell. Like, people love him. He talks hype. He plays for his players. He coaches for his players. And him and Sauce Gardner is like the greatest combination because you got a defensive-minded guy with one of the best technical cornerbacks in all of the nation coming out of college. And you're like, man, this is going to be gold. And to watch it happen in front of your eyes is pretty damn cool. And I got to say that even without Breece Hall, their phenomenal running back, that running game the Jets have got. Oh, take note, Miami Dolphins. There you go. The Jets are doing it. They're running the fucking football and playing defense. And what did it do? It led to a big-time win against one of the MVP favorites, Josh Allen. You literally, it's so simple. Run the ball, play defense. Get your swagger back. C.J. Mosley leads the league in tackles. And, I mean, people wrote him off as injury-prone, this and that. And this Jets defense, I got to say, I'm putting some respect on their name right now. They are the third best defense in the National Football League behind San Francisco and Dallas. I got to say it right now. Right here on this show, the Jets are the top three, easily. No doubt.
This defense is getting no respect, no love from the media because the media doesn't want to face the facts that even though the Jets have lost to some stiff competition, the Jets are who they are is because of the system, the people that is around this organization, what they are doing. Because their defense, their running game is winning them the ball games, and Zach Cougar Hunter Wilson is not having to do a lot of work to get the job done and to get the victories. Because when they didn't have a hell of a coach, when they didn't have coordinators on the offensive, defensive ends of the ball to coach these guys, to victory and to be better players, because it just goes to show you guys that you can have anybody that is a great offense or defensive minded person on your organization. And 9 times out of 10, it leads you to success because the New York Jets this year have proven that when you have an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator that knows what they're doing, that they can lead you to greener pastures. And the Jets right now, even if they don't make the postseason, the Jets have a hell of a resume going in the next year because nobody, including us on this show, picked the Jets to go as far as they are right now because the Jets, for the first time since 2011, can possibly contend for a postseason spot. And that is absolutely fantastic, what they've gone through.
That's very fair to say. And I'll tell you what, there's a certain plays you watch the Jets run that it gives the players confidence. I watched the Jets run a fake punt and get the first down. That just goes to show you Robert Saleh has got that team up off their feet, off their ass. They are showing their ass. They're hyped up, ready to play. Calling them fake plays is a whole lot different than calling stupid ass fourth down conversions in your own territory. Brandon Staley, and John Harbaugh, but the fake punts and the trickery is what gives your team confidence. It takes the momentum away from Josh Allen. And how do you beat the Buffalo Bills and that offense? Take the momentum away. Robert Saleh had a great game plan coming into this game, and I'm happy for him as a former 49er organizational member. And I hope nothing but success. I hope they make the playoffs. I'd like to see that team. They are the only NFL organization that has not made the playoffs since 2010. Just say that.
Yes.
That's pretty incredible. And they're on their way and they are en route of making it this season. Let's just, as long as they don't have a total fucking collapse, which I doubt, but they are on their way.
They have nothing to lose right now. The Jets have clearly proven everybody wrong.
Yes. Now, what about them Commanders, Joey?
You know what? It's plain and simple. Our defense sucks. Fire Jack Del Rio. Let's move on.
I actually don't have a problem with the defense because the defensive line is stout, though. I will give them that. They have one of the best.
Well, I mean, we are finally if what I've been hearing is correct, we are finally, and yes, I repeat, finally going to have Chase Young back on the field starting next Monday night against Philadelphia. So
it get really worse. It's going to do nothing but get better. But the Commanders had a good chance of winning that game because Kirk Cousins, let's be honest, he had one of his off Kirk Cousins days that we know he's usually having where first 3 quarters of football, he looks like a complete goof out there throwing the ball, getting sacked, doing dumb shit. Then it's like in the 4th quarter, the Commanders gave him a little life and he made them pay.
Yep.
And then afterwards, Kirk Cousins is going to be on the team airplane dressed like Eminem.
And then Adam Schefter did it the next night.
And then Adam Schefter doing it too.
Like he belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No, I'm not going to get into that.
Don't even get us started on that.
No, because that'll be a whole 30, 45-minute conversation, and then we'll have to skip the score predictions. So, yeah, anyways, great game by the Vikings. Commanders, they're getting better. It'll be good for them to have Chase Young back hopefully next week. They should be having a better performance. I mean, they're at 4-5. They're not doing too bad right now. So I can't really say they suck or anything because they're not doing bad right now.
No.
No, not at all.
No, definitely not. Moving on to the next game. The Sea Chickens beat the other Chickens 31-21.
What did I tell y'all? I was very confident in Seattle last week, and Geno Smith continues to have an MVP, not complete caliber year as far as he's a front runner, but the dude is playing some great football. I mean, and Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf and all of these guys in Seattle on the receiver side are trusting Geno Smith to throw the ball. And he's making the right reads. He's knowing he doesn't like the run, but when he runs, he gets confidence, when he sees, that the first down marker and he goes for it. And when he does, he does. And the defense is playing pretty good, and that's all, like you said, Kev, on the show a couple of times, Pete Carroll is the reason why Geno Smith is where he is today. Because shocker, if you have great coaching-minded people around you, you can have success.
And let's pump the brakes on the Chickens for a second. Let's just pump the brakes. Wait a minute.
Now.
Let's pump the brakes. Hear me out. I love what Geno Smith has done. He actually is my vote for comeback player of the year, by the way. But let's pump the brakes because this Seahawks team has not played an elite defense since Denver and San Francisco. And
that
Geno,
is true.
In the second half against Denver, struggled pretty mightily. And then in the San Francisco game, essentially their offense didn't score a single touchdown. So let's just admit it. The Cardinals and Rams both absolutely fucking suck. And
yes.
The Hawks are good. Listen, the Hawks are good. But here's my thing. When it comes down to the division on the line, you're playing San Francisco in week 16. This is for all the marbles. How is Geno going to do against the number 1 pass defense in the league? If Geno has to go to Philadelphia, how's he going to do it against that pass rush? I mean, I love Geno, but I want to see him compete against a top-notch defense and chew them up. He's got the weapons, but I haven't seen it. So until then, I still think San Francisco's favored in the division, but the Seahawks will give them a fight where San Francisco ain't going to have to necessarily take the week off by week 15. They're going to come down to the wire. I just don't trust Geno as like I do a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or this year's Jalen Hurts. I don't trust it. I got to see it. But as far as the Cardinals goes, Kyler Murray needs to quit cussing everybody. Last week he cussed out Cliff Kingsbury, which I agree with him there. Cliff Kingsbury is a fucking dodo head. But this week he cusses out DeAndre Hopkins. That's your best player on the team. That's your savior, and you're cussing him out. Get the fuck out of here. Kyler Murray is 0-2 since the new Call of Duty came out. Let that stat sit in your head. 0-2. This team is horrible. Cliff Kingsbury is the next head coach. He's gone after this year. Mark my word.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Kyler Murray continues to make boneheaded decisions when he doesn't have to make them because he overthinks the game and he's careless with the ball. I mean, just hold on to the damn thing, grip it. I don't care if you gotta, just grip it harder and just be sure and secure the ball. Then do what you got to do. But Jesus, quit having the ball so loose in your hand. Come on.
You said grip it harder and it loose in your hand.
Oh my God. Giggity. I know. Giggity.
Oh, we're so immature. We're so immature.
Giggity. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, we're so immature like Kyler Murray's height.
I mean, it is a certain part of. I mean, it is a certain thing you shouldn't do in November, but I digress. We're going to leave that one alone.
Derek Carr's throw touchdown passes.
And of course, Randy's favorite quarterback got back on the right track now that his divorce with Giselle's finally in the works.
Oh God! Don't even get me started on this game.
But first,
Evan,
Kevin, you got the floor, brother.
Listen, Tampa still has so many fucking issues, but like I said on the show last week, this is why I picked them. They don't have the issues the Rams have. The Rams are in far much worse position. Matt Stafford is exactly who we thought he was. He led the league in picks last year for a reason. He's trash when he's not throwing the Cooper Kupp. That defense to have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Bobby Wagner is a big sack of crap. And Tom Brady still, you can't leave no matter how old he is, no matter how many divorces he goes through, no matter how much the offense Giselle took from him, you can't leave the man, the GOAT, that much time left to go score a touchdown. And here's where my problem lies, fellas. Jalen Ramsey, you've been burnt toast all year since the Super Bowl. You get roasted. You can't tackle. Deebo Samuel has owned you, ran you over, and then tweeted at you, laughing at you. And you're going to have the nerve to sit up there and say, well, it's our offense's fault. They shouldn't have put us back out on the field. Well, speaking of the pot calling the tea kettle black, listen
wow.
Here. Who gave up the touchdown? Did Matt Stafford give up the touchdown to Tom Brady, or did your defense give up the touchdown? Well, we stopped them before, so our offense should have ran the timeout. We shouldn't have had to come out on the field. You know what? That is a loser mentality. I'm sorry, and Jalen Ramsey, if that's how you're going to be, then you're just a loser who got a free ride to a Super Bowl ring. Because hear me out. If you go, our offense in San Francisco has fucking struggled week 1 through 3. But you know what? You know what Fred Warner said? He didn't go say, fucking offense sucks. He said, you know what? We got to win this game. We got to win on special teams. We got to get a fourth fumble, a pick six. We got to score. We got to help our offense out. We lift the other offense up, not criticize them. I mean, Jalen Ramsey, you have no room to criticize your offense when your defense has been that much shit too. Oh, didn't you give up 30 to the 49ers? Oh, okay. Am I tripping? Okay. Did you just give up the touchdown to Tom Brady, or did Matt Stafford do? Oh, you did? Okay, exactly.
Did you give up 34 plus points to Buffalo?
Yes, you did. Stop them. You get paid millions of dollars to stop an offense, not cry about your offense. Now do your job, stop their offense, and you would have won the game 13-9. It's so simple. But guess what? Nope. You don't do it. You give Tom Brady too much time, and your dumbasses pay. So you know what? For all I care, the Rams and the Cardinals are fighting to see who's going to go to Cancun first come January, because neither one of them is going to have more than 6 wins this season. Mark my word.
It is absolutely asinine that Jalen Ramsey is doing what he's doing, because you're up there talking crap about your team, mind you, that you're still a part of. You mean to tell me that you cannot take ownership for your defense's lack of, I don't know, fucking common sense? The fact that you're giving Tom Brady, sorry, Randy, the greatest quarterback of all time, not just chances to complete passes, but mind you, 20, 25, 15, 17 yard completions to not the middle of the field, the sideline, giving the receivers opportunities to stop the clock. And oh, mind you, by the way, Brady only had to spike said ball one time on that final drive in 44 seconds. So don't give me that bullshit that our offense sucks. Yes, your offense does suck, but your defense also is trash too. You can't say that when your end of the bargain isn't showing up either. So you know what? I think this is the final year of this so-called Rams super team blockbuster, whatever you want to call it, because the first, it's like in Hollywood. The first film is great. The sequel is shit. And this Rams team is headed straight to the dumpster of hell and irrelevance, because they're not going to win nothing this year and for years to come, because this offense on the Rams is garbage. And I tell you why. Because I'm going to be honest with you. If Matthew Stafford did not have Odell Beckham Jr. last year for the rest of the 2021-22 regular postseason and Super Bowl appearance that last year, he would not be having a ring on said finger. Because
don't forget Odell Beckham, Steven. If Matt Stafford didn't have the football gods cause Jaquiski Tart to drop a fucking interception in the championship game, or if he didn't have Aaron Donald, one of the greatest D players of all time, stand the fuck up and make a play in the championship game and the Super Bowl, you wouldn't have a ring.
Yes.
You better thank the football gods and thank Aaron Donald that, like Charles Barkley reference, you were just a bus rider, Kevin Durant, like that kind of reference. You're not driving the bus. You just rode along.
Right.
Riding Sean McVay's coattail, riding Aaron Donald's coattail to a fucking Super Bowl ring.
Right. And that's the problem, is every week on this show, did we not back in the winter early on this year and, in the latter part of the year, did we not pick the Rams to lose each game? Yes, we did, because we never trust them. We never have, and we never will. If the Rams somehow pulled a miracle out of their candy asses and made a run to the playoffs this year, we're still not going to trust them, because Matthew Stafford is who he is, and this Rams defense is who they are. And that right there is just mind-boggling, that Ramsey is in the press conference completely crapping on his team. That's a great job. That's an absolutely fantastic job there, Mr. Sir, because I don't even know what to say. Just this team sucks.
Well, we do have some breaking news coming in right now. The Rams are complete trash. More news at 11. We got to get through these next two games to get to the score prediction. So here we go. Titans and the Chiefs. Chiefs 20-17.
The thing about this game that is very fitting, in the AFC Championship game 3 seasons ago, it was the legs of Patrick Mahomes that led the Chiefs to that comeback. And then his arm took over, and they won the game 35-24 to advance to the Super Bowl. This past Sunday, the Chiefs' offense was all but dead for 2.5 quarters, and Mahomes' legs came through with that 14-yard touchdown scamper to the end zone and going down by 2. And for some weird reason, in the back of my mind, I was listening to the game going, they're going to convert this 2-point conversion, because you're giving a team multiple chances, multiple cracks at the end zone to get that 2-point conversion. And he tried a couple of passes, incomplete. Here's a flag. Third time, if you can't succeed passing, why not run it in for the 2-point conversion? Boom, game is tied. But the biggest thing about this game for me, here's one of my main reasons why the Tennessee Titans lost this game. For one, their defense didn't make enough plays when it mattered the most. And especially the biggest thing of all is that Derrick Henry overall only had 17 carries in this game. 17 carries. That is not enough. Not enough. Let alone in the first half, he had 9 carries.
9 carries.
9 for 92 yards.
Well, I tell you one thing I know, that I feel Tennessee's pain. Tennessee, you gotta play defense 4 quarters, man, because like the Super Bowl, we played defense 3.5 quarters, just like the Titans did. But once you let up and you give Patrick Mahomes any type of window of breathing room, that he's damn sure gonna make you fucking pay. And he did the same thing he did in the Super Bowl. He just made you pay. And I feel for Tennessee's defense, because Tennessee, let's go ahead and claim them. They're the outright NFC or AFC South champs. I mean, there's no AFC South better than them. And I will give them a little benefit. They were compromised, because as much as I like Malik Willis in the future, it's clear that they didn't trust him to throw the ball outside the numbers.
No.
Like Ryan Tannehill, and I don't even like Ryan Tannehill. So they were pretty compromised. Derrick Henry tried to carry the load as much as he could, and he did one hell of a job.
Yes, he did.
So,
and Kev,
I think Tennessee's going to be a problem.
And I agree with that, Kev, but I'll add to that point right there with this. The fact that what was bothering me about this game was, as the game gradually went on, Willis was getting put in these awkward positions of 3rd and long. And also as well, especially in overtime, after Kansas City kicked the field goal to go up 20-17, Derrick Henry gets a carry, and he carries it to the 19-yard line, gains a couple of yards. That's 2nd and 8. You're thinking, oh, they'll give the ball back to Henry, see what else he can do. No. They dropped back Malik Willis in the pocket, and Willis was so compromised, he backed up several yards and gets sacked and loses 12. I'm like, oh, great. Now you're really in trouble. And then on the next play, he loses about 5 more yards, and it's 4th and 26. And I'm like, yep, the game is definitely over. So a couple of bad snaps by a couple of bad play calls got the Titans where they were at from, possibly making a drive if they would have called the right plays. And then they just lost the game.
Absolutely. We got one more game to go, and we're going to do that right now. Ravens and the Saints. Ravens won 27-13.
Oh, yeah. Andy Dalton in primetime stinks.
Yep.
And also, I believe the Ravens, have a record right now. I believe it is.
Yes, they do.
Double-digit. They have the most double-digit leads right now.
Yep.
I think so.
The most double-digit leads when winning a game. So, congrats to them on that.
Oh, yeah, and also real quick, congratulations to Lamar Jackson for getting his 100th career touchdown pass last night.
Yes.
Him. Oh, and I forgot to mention about the Bears game. Justin Fields also became the all-time, or the guy with the most rushing yards.
In a regular season game, beating out Michael Vick.
NFL history.
And not only that, but he's also the first quarterback to throw for over 300 yards and have 150 plus yards rushing in the same game. So that right there is just amazing how he played Sunday. And also, we forgot to mention that Tom Brady, sorry, Randy, has joined the illustrious club of being the quarterback to pass for over 100,000 yards.
Hey, Ezra, you left off one game, though.
Did I miss it? What was it? I forgot. Was it a trash can game? I don't remember.
No, the bye week beat the Denver Broncos this week. The bye week won.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Lord have mercy.
Well, here's the thing. Well, they beat the Denver Broncos because they were all replacing the Walmart employees who quit.
Wow.
They're all making extra money by working as cashiers.
The Denver self-check.
The Denver. Real quick before we get into score predictions, gotta send some shout outs to people in the chat. This guy Tom Servo rules, whoever he is.
Yeah. Sounds cool. He sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, he sounds like an asshole to me.
Yeah.
You're an asshole, Steven. How dare you, sir?
He's a whole ass. He ain't an asshole. He's a whole ass.
We got to give a shout out to our boy Steve Logston, aka Steve O'Metalhead.
Steve, what's up, bro?
Our brother there. And also, we got to give a shout out to a new joint person on this joining us in the chat, and that is Wrestling with Savage.
What's up, bro?
Awesome.
Yeah, Wrestling with Savage. Yeah, Wrestling with Savage. Don't forget to check out his stuff too. He's got some great content. Check him out on his socials.
Definitely.
Covering all things wrestling.
And my pops too.
Yep, and a friend of the Nation's Corner as well. And of course, we can't forget about your dad too, William Gyron. Sir, thank you once again for joining us, and we hope you're enjoying the conversation.
Oh, and real quick, shout out to Steve, because Steve got this cool thing with Lamb of God. He got this Omens vinyl set where it has the vinyl of the new record, also a live concert, and a poster signed by the entire band. All right, that is so cool.
That's cool
Super
stuff.
cool.
Jealous.
Definitely cool stuff. All right, guys, it's that time.
Yes.
Once again, it is Week 10 NFL score predictions.
And Joey has some numbers, so go rattle them off there, bro.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna be pretty quick with these score numbers because I know we got to get through these predictions mighty quick. So, once again, just like last week, we had a 3-way tie
Again.
for winners last week. It was me, Steven, and Ezra. All going 9-4 last week.
And you know what? There would have been a break if the Rams didn't blow that damn game against the Buccaneers.
Tell me about it.
Wow.
Kevin went 8-5 last week, and
Wow.
poor Randy finished 7-6 last week.
Oh, I hang my head in shame. Sorry, Randy.
Well, I don't
But
give a shit.
overall,
Yeah,
we
that
now
custom
have
jersey.
a tie for overall standings for first place.
Wow.
We now have a tie for first place in overall standings between Kevin and Steven.
Cheating. I mean,
Why
that's
is
cool.
it you guys are always tied, man?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
I would say with you, Steven, it's a great mind. Maybe Kevin, you, maybe.
Steven does benefits from watching Belichick and the Spygate utensils. Get off my answer.
He's banging on trash. He's banging on trash cans like the 2021 Astros.
But
That's it.
we also have a dogfight not far behind because Ezra is one game behind Kevin and Steven at 83 and 53. I'm one game behind Ezra at 82 and 54. And Randy, Randy, get that Tom Brady jersey ready, buddy. You are 75 and 61.
You have a better chance of giving birth than me wearing a Tom Brady jersey. And you even made me say his damn name. You have a better chance of giving birth.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Okay. That might be my second line on this show. Besides Kevin CD Lambs can't CD ball.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh God, Kevin, what background do you got now?
This is why they didn't flag my man for pass interference, because he was simply trying to prevent Chase Claypool from choking. He gave him the Heimlich maneuver.
Oh,
Like, don't choke, young man. Don't choke. So they felt bad and wouldn't flag him for it.
At least we're not Aaron Rodgers, but we're good.
God, yeah.
Let's get into score predictions, guys. We got 30 minutes. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for the score predictions. Sponsored by, well, I don't have a sponsor this week. We never have a sponsor anyways. We start off with the game of the week, Falcons and the Panthers.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, come on.
I'll go with the Falcons. I'm going to tell you
Another
right now,
Amazon Prime snooze fest.
24-10.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I got 24-17 Falcons.
All right. I'm actually going to take Atlanta. Give me Atlanta 14.
I'm gonna go Atlanta. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 20-16.
I'm going Atlanta 17-3.
You other assholes are being too generous.
Yeah.
All right, so now I believe we got a very special treat for this week because we got a game coming all the way from Munich, Germany this week.
Yes, we do.
Yes, and it is an 8:30 game, and it is the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Seattle Sea Chickens.
We already know who Randy's picking, so we can mark that one down.
I gotta go.
Wait, what? Is there even a who? Seattle's playing nobody? That's weird. Okay, yeah. Weird. That's
I never
weird.
seen anybody with so much bile for a football player ever.
I haven't either.
That's worse than my disdain for you two.
Yeah.
The beautiful
Oh,
thing when
Lord.
you think about him, though.
But yeah, for once, I'm actually gonna follow suit with Randy for this one. I'm actually gonna follow suit. Seattle is playing hell of a ball right now, and Tampa Bay is nothing but a big dumpster fire as they always have been. So give me Seattle in this one. I'm gonna go. You know what? I ain't showing no mercy. 31-14.
Oh.
I'm going. Fortunately, got to go with the Bucks. I gotta go. It's gonna be 18-10.
Wow, that's an
Wow,
odd
look at that score.
Wow.
I think Tom's gonna have a good game, but I don't think it's gonna be anywhere near his usual performance.
I just fired it up in the chat too, so it ain't no good.
Brady, Steve put Brady has 100,000 yards if you count the postseason. Did you count that? He goes, no, because he's a cheater and shouldn't be in the league. That's what Randy put.
Hey, the truth's the truth. You know, Pete Rose got kicked
Just in
out
case
after
you
two.
didn't know,
What
people
the hell?
out there in the wonderful world of YouTube, Randy hates Tom Brady.
Yes, I don't care who knows it.
Not as much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, but pretty damn close.
Oh no, it's worse. It's way worse. Yeah.
All right,
Right,
guys.
Kevin and Steven.
Yeah, your scores, fools. Give it to them.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks on this one. I think they got a little momentum after that come from behind win, and I think they're going to Seattle in a close one. Another game-winning drive, 17-14 Bucks.
Almost a similar score to mine, because like you said, Kevin, like we've all agreed on this show, that the Seattle has had a pretty good, season so far, but they haven't played somebody that's better than them as far as on the other side of the field, and they're fixing. Even though Brady is struggling right now, my money is on Brady in a low-scoring affair. I'm gonna go a similar score, but I'm gonna go 17-12.
Yeah,
Wow.
I hope they forget him, and he's stuck in Germany. That'd be great.
Yeah, so, I actually missed Kevin's score. Kevin, what did you say for your score?
He said 17-14
Bucks.
Okay.
All right, next game this should be a fucking bar burner, man. For the first 12 o'clock game, Bills and the Vikings.
Holy shit, that's gonna be a good one.
In Buffalo at that.
In Buffalo, but hang on, before
Josh Allen may not play because of that.
I'd say before we actually give any predictions, we need to point out that Josh Allen might not play this week because he has that UCL injury, and it may force him to have to get Tommy John surgery.
Oh, wow. See, I did not know that.
The injury may have to force him to get Tommy John surgery, and if that happens, we ain't gonna be seeing Josh Allen the rest of the year.
Man.
For a long time.
Oh. And with that being said,
that was the latest report that I saw today.
And I'll say this right now: if he is not playing, I'm going to go with Minnesota in a close one. It's still going to be close because in typical Vikings fashion, it's going to be a close affair. I'm going to go Minnesota. I'm going to go 23 to 17.
I got 24-21 Vikings.
24-20 Vikings.
I'm
2001.
I'm actually going to go with the Bills because, the Bills coming off a loss. Outside, we talk about how good Josh Allen is, but, this team is stacked defensively all around. Kirk Cousins, they've won, so now you know how it is. They might be hung over the next week. And the latest report I read on Twitter only an hour and a half ago said that the expectation around the Bills locker room that Josh Allen will limit himself in practice all week, take a shot in his arm like Matt Stafford did last year, and continue playing the rest of the season.
All right. Well, I'll say this.
Give me the Bills 31-20.
I'll say this. If he does play, then my money is on Buffalo. If he's not playing, I'm really iffy.
Still gonna go with Buffalo either way. I think they're gonna finally get Naheem Hines some action at catching the ball and running the football. I think Stephon Diggs are gonna show. Tommy Dermott's a smart coach.
Yeah, I'm looking at this report right now that was from earlier today from Coach Sean McDermott. When he was talking about the Josh Allen injury, he says, and I quote, "We're just going through it, still evaluating it, and we'll see where it goes. I'll know more in the next 24 hours and then probably be able to check in with the media back on Wednesday."
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo in this one because there's still a indication that Josh Allen could play because, like you said, Kevin, him being limited in practice this whole week and how they're going to test out his arm before the game, see if it'll go. So, yeah, I'm going to go Buffalo as well. I'm going to go Buffalo, I'll say 27-20.
I'm changing my score because if he's playing and he's taking that shot to play, then I like Buffalo's chances. Because they're just a stacked team. So I'm going to go with Buffalo. I'm going to go 26-23.
Okay.
All right. Everybody got their scores in. We're good. Let's move on to the next game. It is an NFC North showdown. It is the Lions and the Bears.
Oh, this is a tough game to call.
Not really.
Yeah, this one is kind of tough.
Not really for me.
Of course,
I'm going Chicago. I'm going Chicago 24, Lions 21.
Wow.
Okay.
It's gonna be a close one, but I feel like the Bears are gonna pull it out with a touchdown in the last second. And I think Fields is gonna run it in.
I don't know. That's gonna be a good game. I think the Bears will pull it out though. Justin Fields, he's playing out of his mind right now. So I'll say Bears 17-10.
Yeah, this one is very iffy for me because to me, the main question surrounding this game is which Chicago Bears team we're going to see. Are we going to see the team that barely that struggled more than anything against the Commanders earlier in the season? Or are we going to see the Chicago Bears team that we saw last week against Miami? Because if we see that Chicago Bears team that we saw against Miami, then Chicago's going to put Detroit out of the water. But I don't think Justin Fields is going to have a disappointing performance this week. I think he's going to continue to get better. So with that being said, I'm following suit. Give me Chicago in this one. I'm going to go 29-17.
Okay.
Give me Chicago 31-30.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm going to one up that. I'm going to go Chicago. I'm going to go 30. I'm going to go 33-31 on a game-winning touchdown.
Okay.
Everybody else get theirs?
Yes.
Yep, we're all good.
All right. Next one. Chiefs and the Jaguars in Kansas City at Arrowhead.
Oh, I feel so bad for
Patrick Mahomes is going to have an absolute field day with his Jaguars.
I got my score already. I already got my score. 31-14.
You know what? That's a similar score to mine, but I'm going to go 31-10.
What?
Mahomes is going to have an absolute field day with his Jaguars defense, especially since they're in KC once again. So give me the Chiefs in this one. I'm going to go 38-13.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs 28-15. Andy Reid's really going to be reading from the Waffle House menu.
Yeah, I got 27. Oh wait, no. I say 31-14. Chefs.
All right.
Chefs, Guy Fieri.
Next.
Next.
Browns and the Dolphins at Miami.
What's wrong with you, bud?
Give me Miami right off the bat. Give me Miami 27 to 13.
I'm feeling a little odd. I'm going Miami.
Aren't you always a little odd?
I'm gonna go Miami. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 29 to 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with Steven because, again, Miami's defense couldn't hold a damn wet piece of toilet paper from crumbling. So give me Miami 31-28.
Oh, nice.
Wow. You know what? I'm actually following suit with Steven with an odd score. Check this one out. I'm gonna go 32 to 25.
Okay. All right.
All right, Randy.
Oh, yeah. Miami's gonna pull this one out over the Clowns. I mean the Browns. Sorry, Dad. I think it'll be 35-27.
Okay.
All right. Next one is the Giants and the Texans at MetLife Stadium.
No, come on. I mean,
Give
Give me those New York Football Giants. Give it. I'm gonna go 23-7.
I'm gonna go with the Giants. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 22. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go 20 to 12.
All right. So yeah. For me.
Why don't you go 21-12?
Hey, you know what? I think I just might. You know what? 21-12.
You know what? For me.
For those of you who don't know, that is a Rush reference.
Yes.
I would say Lightning is not going to strike twice, and by that, I mean Houston is not going to score more than 14 points in this game. So, as a matter of fact, they ain't even going to score 10 in this game. Give me the Giants 34-6.
Wow. Outright.
I still don't believe in the Giants, but I'm going to say the Giants on a win 22-16.
Look at that
Yeah,
score.
I got Giants 24-9.
All right, okay. Good old Steve says Chicago 24, Detroit 18. And then he put the football Giants 13, Houston 17.
Wow.
Okay, Randy, did you give your score?
He did.
Yeah.
Yes.
24-9.
Yeah, I did 24-9.
Yep.
All right, next.
One team.
Next is the Saints and the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Jesus Christmas. Like, really?
Snooze.
Give me this game. Give me this game. Give me the Steelers 16-15.
Oh!
You think I'm kidding? I'm not.
You know what? I'm actually going to follow suit with that score, but mine's going to be just a little bit odder.
Oh, no.
Check this one out. I'm going with Pittsburgh. I'm going with Pittsburgh in this one, but give me Pittsburgh 18-16.
Wow.
That's really not that odd. That's actually a pretty decent scoreline.
18.
Yeah, mine's even more odder.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Give me Pittsburgh on all field goals 12-10.
Oh!
Can't score. Najee Harris is a fucking bust. They can't
He
score.
is. He is. I can't
Kenny Pickett
believe
is
I'm saying that about a former Alabama player, but he is. He's a bust.
Jesus.
These teams
2010.
both.
See,
2010 Saints.
flex to Nick at night. Steelers are tough to watch.
Damn.
All right,
This game should be on Nickelodeon. That's how trash this game is going to be. Both the teams are terrible. I'm going
You
to
would
go
have
with
thought
Pitt.
this would have been a Thursday night primetime game.
exactly.
Yes, right.
This game should be on Turner Classic Movies. Anyways, everybody get the scores.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh in a close game, 13 to 11.
Oh,
2010 Saints.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
Randy going against
Yeah,
the
the
grain.
2010 Saints would win this one if they were still around.
Yes.
Yes, 2010. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, Nick.
We've got the next game. The Broncos and the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium.
Hey, I'll
Hey,
start
the
this one
rolldowns,
out.
they're gonna suck.
Hey, the Titans are going to ride their way through their home stadium with Derrick Henry leading the charge, and they're going to run over the Broncos to a 27-7 victory.
Wow.
I'm going 27-10.
I want 24-13 Titans.
The
All right,
Tens.
give me Tennessee 27-14.
It's a 10.
20 I got
Like Triple H-ing you, man.
30-17 Titans.
Oh, geez.
Jesus.
All right, moving on to the 4 o'clock games.
No, there's still one more 12 o'clock game. No, I'm kidding. It's 4 o'clock games. The Colts and the Raiders.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not going
Hey,
against
one interesting note about this game, real quick. Back when the Saints shut the Raiders out 24-0, Jeff Saturday posted a tweet that was seen on Command Man last night saying Raiders look horrible. And now Jeff Saturday is about to coach his very first NFL game against who?
The Raiders.
Raiders.
But my question is he wrong though? I don't give a damn if you're the head
No,
coach or a
he's not
spectator.
wrong.
He's telling the
No.
damn truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Colts. Think they're gonna do it for Jeff. Think this was an emotional week. Think they pull off the upset, semi-upset. A bunch of underachieving teams. Give me the Colts in a close one, 16-13.
I'm going to go with the Colts. I don't feel great about it because both of these teams, again, are trash. I'm going to go 14-10.
All right, I'm gonna go the Colts 20-7.
I'll tell you what. If the Raiders lose to the Colts this week, McDaniels is fired. That's all I gotta say. You can give me any score you want. They lose to the Chiefs and the interim head coach and all that other stuff. That cat is fired. Mark my words.
That's a good call.
We're talking about that on Tuesday. He loses to a coach that just last week was in the studio talking about shit. He's fired. So like I said, you can put whatever score you want on here. I'm telling you, the Raiders don't win this game. That dude won't live it down. None of those coaches should even. None of their lanyards and passes should work to get in the stadium if they lose that day. They should just turn in their credentials that day.
Yep.
If they lose.
Yep.
So does that mean you're picking the Colts, Randy?
No, but there's no way in the world I'm picking the Colts because there's no way in the world the Raiders are going to lose. I mean, I'm not saying there's no way in the world.
Hold on.
Hold on there, Randy. Hold your horses there.
No way in the world.
Randy. We're talking
ever
about
live
a
out.
football team that has lost 4 games this year, leading by
I
at
don't
least
give
17.
Shits about that. If they lose this weekend, they'll have a riot in Vegas. there will be a riot in Vegas.
You're going to
today.
see all the gambling places
A team
have a
that
riot.
doesn't even have a real coach. There will be a riot in Vegas. That's all I'm going to say. Think
Wow.
whatever you want, Joseph.
You're talking
Yeah,
about a
riot.
team that
Give
has
me.
Fire.
While you guys are talking, give me the Raiders 17-14.
Oh, Ezra's actually picking the Raiders. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
trust Indianapolis at all. I mean, Jeff Saturday might make some improvements, but I just don't think that team is really. It's not who we thought they were going to be.
Yeah, and nothing against the Colts. I'm not saying they're a bad team at all.
No,
But there's, oh my God.
But leave it to the Raiders. If they go on to lose Sunday to an interim head coach, he deserves.
Lord.
I agree. He deserves to get fired.
Dude. Oh my God.
all right.
I've been thinking about that all day. There's no.
Next one, guys, next one on the list is the Cowboys and the Pack
Oh,
at Lambeau.
You know,
I don't give a damn.
If there's one team that gives Dallas fits, it's Green Bay. But then again, we're talking about the old Green Bay Packers teams with the ones with Jordy Nelson and Devontae Adams and all.
Greg Jennings, Donald Driver.
Greg James, Donald Driver. So
Even Randall Cobb.
even Randall Cobb. So history is not going to repeat itself. Give me Dallas in this one, but I'm going to go close. I'm going to go 20-16.
I'm going to go with Dallas. I'm going to go 1 point higher on Green Bay, 20-17.
Yeah, I'm going Dallas in an absolute ass whooping. Give me Dallas 27-7.
There we go. There's my point.
Oh,
Michael
Wow.
Parsons gets 4 sacks on Aaron Rodgers.
I don't give a damn if this is if Rodgers is on Dallas at Lambeau Field. I don't give a damn about that this year. Nada. Because it ain't gonna happen. Because there's a common theme this year. Aaron Rodgers is losing to the NFC North, and he's gonna lose to the team that he's been owning in the postseason and regular season, the Dallas Cowboys. And with that being said, I'm going with Dallas. I'm gonna go 30-10.
all right,
I'm
Randy.
going to say the Cowgirls are going to win 24-14.
Wow.
All right. Next game.
All right, NFC West showdown.
Yep, in the final 4:25 game. And that is the Cardinals and the Rams.
Give me the Rams
Oh,
3-0. No, I'm playing.
Uh,
No, but for real, the Cardinals might be a little worse. I'm going to go with the Rams. They beat them the first time. The Rams beat the Cardinals. So give me the Rams in a close one, 14-12.
Oh,
Ugly.
I don't feel good about this pick because both of these teams stink. I am going to go with the Rams to bounce back. I don't feel confident, but I'm going to go with the Rams in a close one. I'm going to go 16-10.
Okay.
17-14 Cardinals.
mm,
It's tough.
this is a tough one. I'm gonna
It's
go.
tough.
I'm gonna go. This one. I'm gonna go 14-10. Rams.
Okay.
All right, and I really don't feel good about this pick. I really don't, but I'm going to follow suit with everybody else except for Randy. So give me the Rams in this one. I'm going to go the Rams 16-15.
Wow.
All right, Sunday night football
Football.
featuring the Niner Gang.
Yep. The Niner Gang is home at SoFi, and they're taking on the Chargers.
You know what? I feel so great about this pick because this is against the Chargers. And the Niner fans are going to have more fans in SoFi Stadium over the Chargers because the Chargers fans are delusional and they are not loyal, diehard fans. I'm going to go with San Francisco and run CMC. I'm going to go with the Rams to absolutely run up on them 34-17.
Hey, listen, before anybody else gives their pick, if the Niners fans can have, if the Niners can have more fans inside the Rams stadium, you know they're going to have more fans inside the Chargers stadium. You know they are. But with that being said, give me San Francisco in this one. I think San Francisco is going to humiliate them coming off a bye week. Give me San Francisco 37-13.
All right.
You know what? Give me the 49ers. Sorry, I was choking. I almost did like the Chargers did. Let's see. I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go 33-14.
Yeah, I just, for once, I finally feel like the 49ers aren't the handicappers right now because we got 10 people coming off injury that will be back, including Elijah Mitchell, Aziz Al-Shaair, Jason Verrett, etc. And the Chargers are on the opposite end. They're missing Keenan Allen again, Mike Williams again. Eckler's banged up. He was going to play banged up. The 49ers don't give up big plays to running backs. Give me the 49ers against the number 32 rush defense in the league, Chargers. CMC is going to run it up. Give me the Niners 32-13.
Wow.
All right, Randy.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Let's see. I think am I actually going to say the 49ers are going to win? I mean, sorry about that, Kevin. No, I think 49ers will beat them because I can't stand them shitty ass Colts. But I think it'll be 31-24.
Oh, that's too much respect with this injured bound Charger team.
Yeah, well, Eckler scored how many touchdowns? So I think he'll still do good. So we'll see.
Yes, it's Monday Night Football. Here it is, the Commanders and the Eagles in Philly.
Oof.
You know what? I'm going to go and start this one off. Give me, even though this is going to be the return of Chase Young, more than likely, it's still not going to be enough. So give me Philly in this one. I'm going to go 31. And you know what? I'll show a little sympathy. 31-23.
Look at you being nice.
I was gonna go 31-20, so I'll do that.
Yeah, give me Philadelphia. We talk about Washington's strength as their D-line, but the problem with that and Chase Young is the Eagles have the best offensive line in football with Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey.
Yes.
So that's going to take away that. Give me the Eagles in kind of a blowout, 28-14.
I'm going to go with Philadelphia in a kind of similar fashion. I'm going to go 30-17.
All right, and Randy, close us out, man.
Yeah, the Eagles will beat the Redskins. Oh, wait. What football team? Commandants. Which one is it? I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Philadelphia 34-13.
Okay.
All right, and that's it on the score predictions. We got that done and everything, and good job on the picks, guys. And we'll find out the results of our picks and the updated leaderboards next week. Anything else you guys want to quickly touch on before we bolt out of here?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, Joey.
Yeah. There is one thing that I want to touch on just real quick. We ain't got to go into a lengthy discussion, of course, but I have been celebrating this whole week when I saw the news that Dan Snyder is finally selling his ownership of the Commanders. Woo, boy, you don't know how happy that made me feel.
Hmm.
Because Dan Snyder has been nothing but a poison the last several years, and it's finally time for him to pack his bags and get out.
Let's go.
Yep.
That's the best thing that could happen to that team.
Finally.
Yeah, the
And
best thing that could ever happen.
And maybe it'll start winning football games, actually.
Yeah.
It would be nice. It would be nice. Probably ain't gonna happen this week, but it'll be nice.
Yep.
Yes.
But other than that, I'm good.
All right. Final thoughts, people. You know the drill. Randy, you go first, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, great show tonight, guys. Just happy to be here as always. Good analysis from everyone. I hope everyone has a great week after this week. It's supposed to be kind of crummy this weekend down here in the old South. We'll see what happens.
A little bit.
I don't know if it's going to be too bad, but just for maybe a couple days like it was last time. But like I said, I hope everybody has a great week. And as always, thanks for having me. And go Argonauts. Great cover bust.
God. Let's go with this one. Let's go with Joey.
All right, great show with you guys as always. I love talking. Love coming on here every single week. We now have another sport that is back in the fold, and that is, of course, college basketball has started up.
Yes.
With some high C's beating up on no names, but that's pretty much normal for the first few games of the regular season. But one thing that is also starting to heat up is now that the MLB season is over, MLB free agency is now hitting the market. And we've already got our first big deal with Edwin Diaz signing a 5-year, $102 million deal with the New York Mets.
Wow.
So expect free agency to ramp up over these first several weeks. So we got some big names on the market. Names like Aaron Judge and Dansby Swanson and Justin Verlander. Some real big names are on the free agent market. So be on the lookout for some free agent moves over these next few weeks.
All right. Kevin, you're up.
Good show again with you guys tonight. Predicting the NFL for next week and reviewing the past week's craziness in the NFL. And boy, it's just going to be crazy. Let's see what else crazy happens this coming up Sunday. I can't wait for it and discuss it next week. Hope everybody has a good night and the rest of the week.
Yep, screw the refs. Steven, you're up.
Great job, guys, tonight on another fantastic show and covering all things sports and everywhere in between, talking a little bit of music at the top of the show. And oh yeah, by the way, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sucks. Anyways, thank you for joining us tonight, everybody, here on our Nation Sports Show. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @ON_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. Also, smash that subscribe button at YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. And don't forget to also follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at The Nation's Corner. Ezra, close us out, my friend.
Absolutely. Definitely. Thank you guys for joining us as always. We've got to definitely said, you mentioned Rock and Roll Hall of Fame real quick. Congratulations to the actual Rock and Roll inductees, Duran, Pat Benatar, and of course, Judas Priest. Congratulations to those guys. Glad you're in. About time. Now let's start getting everybody else that actually is rock and roll instead of these fucking other guys. But anyways, thank you all for joining us. Tune in live with us next week as we talk more NFL, we talk more NBA, we talk more sports in general. You know the drill. Hit us up on all the social medias. Make sure you go see the Nation's Corner live Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on youtube.com/Nation's Corner. Got some cool interviews coming up. We got, of course, the wonderful world of wrestling we're going to get into. We're going to talk about another big week of wrestling. And, of course, coming up in wrestling, we've got, of course, the announcements of the World Tag League and the Super Junior Tag League in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And who knows, maybe me and my brother, Too Sweet Neil, will be on in a couple weeks to discuss that and, of course, Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th. So, with that being said, for Kevin Rory, for Randy Gyron, for Stephen Wyand, and for Joseph Thornton, I am Ezra Vickery. We will see you right here next week with another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody. Have a great week and enjoy the sports. Peace.
Turn me up.